Buying a house without a financing condition. Is it advisable? In order not to miss out on your dream home, you can opt to buy a house without a financial clause. In Dutch, this is called zonder voorbehoud van financiering. We have seen this increasing a lot in the current housing market because naturally it makes your offer more attractive. But it is certainly not always a wise move. Found out from a set of 4 questions what buying without a financing condition exactly means and what the risks are. This way you'll know if you'll be able to bid without a financial clause. What is a financing condition and why is it important? If your bid on a house has been accepted, you draw up the purchase agreement together with the seller. Featured within that contract are a number of conditions that are applicable for the sale, such as the purchase price and the date of transfer. But the contract also contains something called the resolutive conditions. And the financing condition, also called the financial clause, may be one of them. This allows you as a buyer between 4 to 6 weeks to secure the financing for the property. If you fail to secure financing for your property, then you'll be able to cancel the purchase of the property free of charge. Good to know, in order to implement your financial clause, you'll usually have to be able to prove that you are not able to secure a mortgage from a mortgage provider. This can be proven through 1 or 2 official rejections depending on the conditions stated in the property's purchase contract. In addition, you will have probably already incurred costs prior to your rejection, such as a valuation report or a building inspection, and you will not be reimbursed for these costs. When is the financing condition important? The moment you make an offer on a property, you will not yet have certainty about the financing aspect. Sometimes you will not be able to secure the mortgage you'd like, such as in the following examples. If the lender feels your income is too low to cover the costs, if the lender refuses the property as a collateral for a loan, in the event of unexpected changes in your personal circumstances, such as being fired or disabled, if you have certain credits that you had not taken into account. Tip: check your credit rating on the website of the BKR, which is like a credit check, and the Duo if you have a student loan. This way our mortgage advisor can take this into account and you can prevent any unpleasant surprises. The legal cooling off period is 3 days. Often this is too short to already have clarity about these kinds of reasons or about your mortgage, and this is actually precisely why mortgage advice is so important, especially if you want to put in an offer on a property without any financing conditions. What is the risk of bidding on a property without including this financing condition? Having to pay a 10% surcharge on the purchase price. This is usually the fee stated in the purchase agreement if the sale doesn't go through because you could not obtain a mortgage. So that can be quite a substantial figure. It is legally stipulated that you're obliged in such cases to compensate the sellers for damages. Thinking of buying without including a financing condition, this is what you'll need to consider. Know your financial options. Schedule an appointment with one of our advisors and outline all the relevant details and factors. Know what is involved in taking out a mortgage. Limit your risk by defining in the purchase contract that the purchase is subject to a structural survey. Also request a valuation report as soon as possible after the acceptance of your offer. What if your offer without a financing condition has been accepted? The removal of the financing conditions offer the sellers more certainty regarding the sale. Those buyers who are sure that they can secure financing or use a part of their own capital are especially likely to put in an offer. Has the sale fallen through? If so, the seller will receive a compensation. So in summary, for anyone selling a property, bids that are not subject to a financial clause will be of interest. There's no getting around that fact. In other words, it pays to receive solid advice on whether putting in an offer without the financing condition is suitable for your individual situation. What are your chances if you put in an offer with a financing condition? In a nutshell, you're not out of options. You won't be immediately sidelined if you make an offer that includes a financial clause. We know from experience that sellers will often accept an offer if there is enough trust or evidence to suggest the sale will go through. How to increase your chances? Let the seller know that you will be using your own capital, if possible, and opt for a shorter term to secure financing for the property. So you might opt for 4 weeks instead of 6 weeks. And the better your preparation in terms of financing, together with your mortgage advisor, the faster the mortgage application will proceed. Ask your advisor to confirm in writing to the seller that financing will not be a problem. Offer with certainty. With the offer with certainty, you can put in a bid without a financing condition and without running any financial risk yourself as well. After a thorough assessment, we will issue you a maximum amount with which you can make an offer without a financing condition, but also without having the risk of paying 10% as a penalty. Contact one of the mortgage advisors to learn more about this. If you'd like to have more mortgage tips, make sure to click here.